Have you ever heard the saying that a little perspective goes a long way? It's kind of like a life quote, and I think it's extremely applicable to markets. Um, let's have a look at Tesla here because I think it's actually very applicable to Tesla, the stock as it is right now. So what you'll see here is what is called a daily chart, and if one were to analyze this, one would see that we had a big rally last autumn into essentially the stock essentially doubled, and when we ended up getting a buy signal in October, September, then the stock doubled. We said, hey, that's enough, and then the stock has now basically dropped 50%. So what we see on the daily chart is just that. Now, if I zoom this out onto a weekly chart, and this is where the perspective comes in, what I'm seeing is that the stock is essentially range bound, right? So, a lot for everyone that's out there screaming about how amazing this stock is, the reality is that it's now at the same level it was in November 2020, like middle of COVID. So that's the weekly chart. But where it gets really interesting, and this is, again, perspective, and this is much harder to see what I'm about to show you on the daily and weekly chart. If you go into the monthly chart, like how many of you guys use a monthly chart, right? Not many. Here's what I see on a monthly chart. I see a stock that's obviously done very well, but also has a tendency to, by the way, go sideways for like years, which is now what's going on. But I also see a stock that may, and we'll find out in hindsight, unfortunately, may be putting in a pretty important double top. Now, that does not mean the stock has to fall to zero. That doesn't mean anything, bad necessarily. It just may mean that the stock is really just stuck, right? So this double top, again, it's perspective is what we're looking for. And so what I'm really seeing is that this stock might be able to go back down into the low 100s if this holds true. So as I said, a little perspective goes a long way, and as much as that's kind of like a life quote, I think in the markets, that's extremely applicable, and it's particularly here in Tesla, something that I would encourage everyone doing. Look at the monthly chart of Tesla.